Soul family, how you doing? So it's time for Life Path 3. You know, I was actually planning to make all of these Life Path numbers at the nature trail. But that last video I made for Life Path 2, those crickets or cicadas or whatever they are, they're just too loud. They're just too loud. And when I'm going to edit and I hear all of that screeching, I'm just like, damn. I almost thought the camera was broken or something, the way it sounded when I was trying to play it back. And I'm like, damn, I almost want to do that video over. I just might. But I came back to this spot. My soul sister Ramonda is a little concerned about me being over here. There's an alligator too, I can see it sailing by. She's concerned about me being over here because she saw an alligator sailing by in the other video I made where I had the hat on, the numerology video. And I saw it, I played it back to watch it, and I saw it. It looks like it might have been two. Like one was going this way and then another one was going that way. You could see like the ridges on his back sailing across. So she's just like concerned, but like I said, I'm protected. And I got a little bit of muscle. Put the gator in the chokehold. Child, please, I am not fighting no gator. If a little one come out the water, a baby one this big, I'm still hauling ass, okay? I don't know if the camera could pick that one up. I can see that one right there. Floating by. Yeah, so this is their spot. Something keeps bringing me back here. You know, it's just a little more quiet. Nobody's around. It's just like the good thing, I got a Jeep with 4-wheel drive. I could come through the nature, drive through there, and you know, it's just I just like being away from everything and everyone. Anyway, let's get into it. Life Path 3. All right. So number 3 is a number of creative self-expression. Creative self-expression. Life Path 3s are very mentally alert. Very mentally alert. And that's something that can help them in many areas of their life. Now, Life Path 3s are very much in their heads. They're in their heads and in their minds a lot. So they do a lot of thinking and a lot of reasoning and sometimes a little too much. But Life Path 3s are very bright and very intelligent. They have an amusing sense of humor. They're very joyful and optimistic people and just naturally creative. And being naturally creative is something that usually makes them the center of attention, makes them stand out in a crowd. Similar to Life Path 2s, Life Path 3s do like pleasing people and satisfying people, right? And that's because they want to be liked. You like being liked. So you're very much into satisfying others and pleasing others. At the same time, though, sometimes you do that so much that you don't have enough time for yourself. Like you don't create that time for yourself to please and satisfy yourself. Life Path 3s have a wonderful imagination, and that's why they're so creative. They have a wonderful imagination, right? One of the interesting things is most Life Path 3s, even if you know that you're creative, you feel like you're creative and you know that that's a gift that you have, in most cases you haven't even scratched the surface of what you're capable of. You are the power that you have as far as your creative expression goes. Sometimes you're not even aware of it. And that's because a lot of the time you kind of get caught up in what people think of you. And when you do that too much, then that creates an imbalance, and that affects you with that natural creative expression that you have, that natural creative ability. If you're a Life Path 3 that struggles with self-doubt, it's probably because you're in your head too much. Even though being mental is like a gift of yours, sometimes you think so much that you think yourself out of your accomplishments. That's where the self-doubt comes in. Also could be because you have a hard time, or you have a tough time understanding your emotions. Life Path 3s sometimes have a habit of blocking or ignoring or bottling up their emotions. It's like you're so mental that you actually ignore your emotions. Now, sometimes ignoring your emotions, when you do that, it kind of leads you to become depressed. So that's something that you have to learn to balance. Acknowledge your emotions. Sometimes you have to acknowledge that you have these emotions. Acknowledge that you have these emotions, accept these emotions, and express them. To the point, when you bottle them up too much, then you end up having to fight yourself from hurting somebody's feelings. So that mental state that you're always in, like I said, it kind of forces you to ignore your emotions. So that's something that you have to work on balancing. Acknowledge that you have these emotions. Accept that you have these emotions. Deal with those emotions. Life Path 3s make good teachers, public speakers, entertainers like poets or musicians or actors, even good designers. Life Path 3s are also good at things like computer programming or things that have to do with science. Now, in the area of love, I don't know why I always say love like that. In the area of love, Life Path 3s can make very calm and pleasant and helpful partners in a relationship. That takes some experience, though. A lot of Life Path 3s, they thrive very well in their social lives and, like I said, in career, but then they don't thrive that well in their relationships until they get to a level of maturity and a level of experience. Even though Life Path 3s like helping people, they can be sometimes a little critical when it comes down to their partner that they're in a relationship with, especially if their partner doesn't vibe with them on a mental level. So what Life Path 3s have to learn to do is to be a little bit more sensitive to the feelings of their partner. Sometimes these numbers don't have to be your actual life path number for you to get a message from it. Sometimes it could be your birth month, your birthday. And at certain times in life, you may still need to master some kind of information or get some important information depending on whatever struggles you might be going through. So sometimes, let's say your month is March, the third month, and you may just be seeing your birthday or birth month all the time, or you're just seeing a repeated number. Sometimes that's the higher self leading you towards this so that you can actually find information to help you at specific times in your life. So it's not always about these numbers helping you in regards to your life path number. It just may be a number that's in your chart, or just a number that you're seeing because there's some information that you need to get from it. There's something you need to learn from it. Life Path 3s. Your purpose in this life is to inspire with your creativity. Inspire others to be creative. And also master communication. Of course, you kind of struggle with this purpose because you have to master it, and you don't master it without experience. So use your experience to help you with your communication. And as far as inspiring and creativity goes, self-doubt is what holds you back in that area. So what you focus on is understanding and learning that the only approval that you need is your own approval. Spend a little less time worrying about what other people are going to think about you, because you don't need their approval. Sometimes life path 3s have a hard time focusing on one thing at a time. So the object is to narrow your focus. Narrow your focus and don't overthink so much. Sometimes just take action. Less thinking and take action. Use your gift of mental alertness, being mentally aware, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. That way you can actually make moves instead of just sitting there thinking all the time. So that's what I got for you, Life Path 3s. I'm trying to work on making these Life Path videos like a little shorter, like 10 minutes and under. I have a habit of rambling too much. So I'm trying to just stick to the point and get the focus and the message out for that number, and then just move it along. So I hope this video has helped some of you. I know it sometimes show up at the right time for some of you, sometimes just for confirmation. So I hope it has helped. Hope you found some good information here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. I will see you all soon. Peace and blessings, fam.